For years, the forests of Zamfara whispered fear into the hearts of entire communities. Villages emptied overnight, farms were abandoned, roads became death traps. Children slept with one ear open, waiting for the sound of gunfire. In many parts of northwestern Nigeria, bandit groups ruled without resistance, moving freely through forest corridors that even security forces hesitated to enter. But something has changed. And this change is so dramatic that the very men who once terrorized entire regions are now pleading for mercy. In a moment, you are about to hear the unthinkable, the voices of armed commanders who once ruled these forests now trembling, begging, and calling on the same government they defied for years. What you are about to see is not negotiation, it is collapse. The forests are burning, the hideouts are falling, and the balance of power has shifted.
After that, I need to send message to Commissioner of Defense, Tukur Usman Gusau. He is the one of the send the aeroplane to come bush to bombing and banditry, bandit. This one is not good now. So, Kuma, if you see the Fulani, the Nigeria all is the House of Fulani, not the one travel.
Across Zamfara's rugged terrain, particularly in the Maru and Safe axes, military aircraft have been flying with an intensity not seen in years. This is not the old style of occasional patrols and symbolic operations. This is systematic pressure. Precision air missions now target known enclaves, supply corridors, logistics depots, and escape routes. Bandit camps that once felt permanent are now reduced to ash. For the first time in a long time, armed groups that terrorized villages now find themselves without motorcycles, without food routes, without ammunition pipelines, and without safe havens. Their movement has slowed. Their confidence has collapsed. Their voices have changed. And now, they are speaking the language of surrender. Messages are circulating in which bandit commanders appeal directly to the Nigerian government. They are no longer boasting. They are no longer threatening. Instead, they are pleading. They are calling for dialogue. They are asking for the bombing to stop. They are saying they are ready to lay down arms. To the families who buried loved ones, to the farmers who lost everything, and to the children who grew up under gunfire, this sudden request for peace sounds both ironic and disturbing. But this desperation did not appear by chance. It is the result of sustained military pressure that has tightened its grip month after month. Throughout the closing months of the year, operations in Zamfara intensified. Entire forest corridors were cleared. Known transit routes were destroyed. Motorcycle fleets, the lifeline of bandit mobility, were wiped out. Food depots that supplied armed groups were eliminated. When a bandit loses his motorcycle, he loses speed. When he loses his supply routes, he loses survival. When he loses his camps, he loses control. This is not just about firepower. It is about dismantling an entire criminal ecosystem. Even their communication networks have become compromised. Their confidence has collapsed. Their leadership structure has been fractured. And now, survival has replaced domination. One of the most telling signs of this collapse came when a notorious commander released a video attempting to reshape his image. In his message, he denied allegations of receiving funds and tried to present himself as someone who had previously sought peace. But timing reveals truth. His message came as air operations crept closer to his territory and after the loss of close allies who had shielded him. This was not repentance. It was panic. At the federal level, a new signal has also been sent. Legal actions have been reopened against individuals connected to bandit networks, including financiers, arms suppliers, logistics handlers, and intermediaries who sustained the violence from behind the scenes. This is a strategic move that targets not just the men holding rifles in the forest, but the invisible system that funded the bloodshed. By choking the supply chain while dismantling camps from the sky, the authorities are applying a dual pressure that leaves very little room for escape. This is why the pleas have started. This is why the tone has changed. But the question that now faces the nation is a difficult one. Should the government pause operations to listen to those who once refused mercy to their victims? Or should justice continue without interruption? Zamfara's leadership has taken a firm stance. The state has made it clear that ransom payments and peace deals only fuel future violence. Past experiences have shown that temporary ceasefires often allowed armed groups to regroup, rearm, and return stronger than before. Communities remember the pattern. Promises are made, operations pause, bandits regroup, attacks resume. This is why public trust in negotiated peace has eroded. For families who lost relatives, dialogue feels like forgiveness without justice. For displaced farmers, peace talks feel like permission for future terror. For communities that watched schools emptied by fear, peace deals sound like surrender to criminals. And yet, the desperation of the bandits is also a signal, a confirmation that pressure is working. They are uncomfortable, they are cornered, they are exposed, they are running out of options. This is what happens when criminal power structures collapse. What we are witnessing is not just a security operation. It is the dismantling of a shadow system that thrived on chaos. It is the reclaiming of territories that once belonged to farmers, traders, and families. It is the slow rebuilding of public confidence in state authority. The skies over Zamfara now carry a different message. They carry warning. They carry accountability. They carry consequence. For years, bandits dictated life and death in these regions. Now, they are learning what it means to lose control. Their plea for dialogue is not born from compassion. It is born from pressure. The forests that once hid them now expose them. The roads that once belonged to them are being reclaimed. The silence they once imposed is being replaced by accountability. And for the victims, the only dialogue that truly matters is justice. Because peace without justice is not peace, it is pause. As this campaign continues, one truth becomes increasingly clear. When criminal networks are denied oxygen, denied shelter, denied supplies, and denied political compromise, their power collapses. The forests no longer whisper fear. They whisper warning. And the era of untouchable terror in Zamfara may finally be drawing to a close. If you believe Africa deserves peace without compromise, justice without fear, and communities that can finally sleep without gunfire, then this story must be heard. Please take 1 second to hit the like button. It tells YouTube that this message matters and helps it reach more African homes. Subscribe to Voice of Africa for truthful updates, deep investigations, and real stories from the ground. And leave a comment below. Should justice come before dialogue? Or can peace exist without accountability? Your voice matters. Your click matters. Your support helps rebuild Africa.